but everyone called her Bholi. Please watch the full video. If you know Hindi, you know Bholi means the simpleton. Bholi means someone who lacks sense, someone who is easily cheated. But she was not Bholi from birth. When she was 10 months old, she fell off from her cot, and it hurt her brain. Cot means a bed, meant for children, especially in India. It's known as cot, or kadiya. Due to this, some part of her brain was damaged, and she remained backward, and came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. Her father was Numberdar Rahim Lal. Numberdar means he was a revenue official of the village, and collected revenue. He had 7 children, 3 sons, and 4 daughters. And Bholi was the youngest in their home. As he was revenue official, the family was prosperous, there was a lot to eat and drink. There was no scarcity of anything. All children were healthy and strong. Except Bholi. When Bholi was 2, she had an attack of smallpox. And except her eyes, her body was permanently disfigured by those small black pock marks. She could speak only when she reached 5, and she stammered. Children often made fun of her, so she talked very little, and became introvert. Thus, she became a backward child, with lack of sense, her pockmarked face, and she stammered. Our all sons are sent to study in city. Of our daughters, Radha, the eldest, is already married.
Second daughter Mangla's marriage is also settled.
And after Mangla's marriage, I will think of Kampa. They all are good-looking and healthy. But I'm worried about Bholi.
Yes. She is neither good-looking, nor intelligent.
When Bholi was 7 years old, Mangla, the second daughter, was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in the village. It was the first school for girls in that village. Childar Sahib came for the opening ceremony. As a revenue official, you are the representative of the village. So, you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. Yes, sir. Childar Sahib has told me to send my daughter to school.
Are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them?
But I have no courage to disobey the Childar.
Okay, I will tell you what to do. Send Bholi to school. As it is, there is very little chance of getting her married. With her ugly face and lack of sense. Let the teachers at school worry about her. Next day.
Come with me. I'll take you to school. She was frightened. She didn't know what the school was like. She remembered, a few days ago, their old cow, Lakshmi, was sold. So she took her feelings about school in a negative way.
No.
What's the matter with you, fool? I'm just taking you to school.
Let her wear some decent clothes today, or else, what will the teachers and schoolgirls think of us when they see her?
New clothes had never been made for her. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. But today, she was lucky to receive a clean dress, which had been washed very much, and didn't fit to Kampa. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair.
Now, I think I'm being taken to a place better than my home.
When they reached the school, the children were already there in the classrooms. Rahim Lal handed Bholi to the headmistress.
In the story, girls were squatted on mats, reading books, and writing on slates. But here modern classroom is shown. Sit down, child.
I don't know what is school, but I'm happy to find so many girls of my age. One of these might become my friend.
The class teacher was saying something to the girls, Bholi, but couldn't understand anything.
The horse is brown, just like the horse on which the Childar came to our village. The goat is black, like that of our neighbor. The parrot is green, like the parrot I see on the mango tree. The cow is just like our Lakshmi.
What's your name, little one?
Bo.
She kept her head down, not daring to look at the girls she knew were laughing at her. When the bell rang, Bholi, the voice was so soft and soothing that she had never heard. It touched her heart. "Get up. Now tell me your name." For the sake of this kind woman, she tried. "Bo. Well done. Well done. Come on, now your full name?" "Bo. Bholi." "Well done. Put the fear out of your heart, and you'll be able to speak like everyone else." "Really?" Yes. It'll be very easy. You just come to school every day. Will you come?" "No, say it aloud." Yes. "Didn't I tell you? Now take this book." The book was full of pictures: dog, cat, horse, parrot, tiger. And with every picture was a word in big black letters. "In 1 month, you'll be able to read this book. Then, I'll give you a bigger book, then a still bigger book. One day, you'll be more learned than anyone in the village. People will listen to you without the slightest stammer. Understand? Now go home, and come tomorrow early." Bholi felt as if all the bells in the village temple were ringing. The trees in front of school had blossomed into big red flowers. Her heart was throbbing with a new hope and a new life.
Thus, years passed. The village became a small town. The primary school became a high school. There were now a cinema under tin shed, and a cotton ginning mill. The mail train began to stop at the railway station. One night. "Then, shall I accept Bishamber's proposal?"
"Yes, certainly. Bholi will be lucky to get such a well-to-do bridegroom. A big shop of grocery, a house of his own, and I hear several thousand in the bank. Moreover, he is not asking of any dowry."
"That's right. But he is not so young, you know. Almost the same age as I am. And he also limps. Moreover, the children from his first wife are quite grown up."
"So what does this matter? 40 or 50, this is not a great age for a man. We're lucky that he's from another village, and doesn't know about her pockmarks, and her lack of sense. If we don't accept this proposal, she may remain unmarried."
"Yes, but I wonder what Bholi will say."
"What will that witless say? She's like a dumb cow."
"Maybe you're right." She lay awake on the cot, listening to their conversation. On the day of wedding, Bishamber came with a big party of friends and relatives.
"I am overjoyed to see such pomp and splendor. I had never dreamt in my life that my fourth daughter will have such a grand wedding."
"Now, bring the bride."
Bholi, clad in red silk and bridal dress, was led near the sacred fire.
"Garland her."
A woman slipped up the veil Dugat from Bholi's face.
"Have you seen her? She has pockmarks on her face."
"So what? You aren't that young also."
"Maybe. But if I am to marry her, her father must give me 5,000 rupees. Please don't humiliate me so. Take 2,000 rupees. No. 5,000 rupees, or I'll go back. Keep your daughter. Be a little considerate, please. If you go back, I can never show my face in the village. Then not with 5,000 rupees."
He went in, opened the safe, counted the notes. He placed the bundle at bridegroom's feet.
"These are 5,000.
He had gambled, and won.
Give me the garland."
Once again the veil was slipped. But this time, she was not downcast. Bishamber raised garland to place it around her neck. The garland was flung into the fire.
"Pitaji."
Her relatives were surprised to hear her speaking without stammer.
"Pitaji, take back your money. I am not going to marry this man."
Guests began to whisper, "So shameless. So ugly.
You want to disgrace your family? Have you regard for our, is it?
For the sake of your is it, I was marrying this man. But I will not have such a mean, greedy and contemptible coward, as my husband. I will not, I will not, I will not.
What a shameless girl. We all thought she was a harmless, dumb cow.
Yes, Auntie, you're right. You all thought I was a dumb, driven cow. That's why you handed me over to this heartless creature. But now, the dumb cow, the stammering fool, is speaking. Do you want to hear more?
All my friends and relatives, go back. I can't stop here anymore.
The bandsman also thought this was the end of the ceremony, and struck a closing song.
But what about you? No one will ever marry you now? What shall we do with you?
Don't you worry, Pitaji. In your old age, I'll serve you, and mother. And I'll teach in the same school where I learned so much. Isn't that right, ma'am?
Her teacher had, all along, stood in a corner, watching all the drama. Yes, Bholi. Of course, in her smiling, was the light of a deep satisfaction that an artist feels when contemplating the completion of her masterpiece.
She was now Sulika. She was no longer Bholi. And what made her become Sulika? What made her to never to be called Bholi in future? Yes, it was education. Her teacher made her Sulika. If she were not sent to school, she would have been married. That greedy man. She would have spoiled her life. This was education that saved her life. This is what K.O. Boss wanted to say.